In today's video, I'm going to take you to a couple of my favorite stores to help you pick out some inexpensive things for your office, like materials and resources to set you up for success as a first-year school counselor. So I'm going to start here at the book section. Sometimes you can find some really good resources for your classroom counseling lessons or your small groups or even your individual sessions because they have some great books that you can check out. So I'm going to show you some of these. They have some journals that you can fill out. So books like this would be really good for small groups. This could be like a really good book that you can use for small groups or even classroom counseling lessons for like an icebreaker. Sometimes it's a good idea to check the bottom of the shelves because you can find some clearance items. These memo dry erase boards are kind of heavy, but they would be really good, especially if you're doing small groups. Or depending on what age group you work with, these might be cool. Five Below is also a really good place to get some games for individual sessions or small groups. I had a whole video where I talk about how you can use games in your individual sessions. I'll link that in the description below. But here's some games that you can get to increase the participation in your students and get them comfortable speaking with you in individual sessions. And someone asked in the comment section of my previous video about games, how you can use these for therapy. One, counselors don't do therapy, but you can use these to build relationships with students, and you can tie these into so many other skills like coping skills and different things that you're going over depending on what you're teaching. Card games are always good, so you got some Go Fish. Uno is a really good game because you can use coping skills, zones of regulation. I have another video if you want to check that one out, how to play Uno with zones of regulation. They have a ton of other games depending on what grade level you work with. One thing that's really important to have in all counseling offices, no matter what grade level you work with, is some fidget items or some calm down things. You're gonna have students come to your office who really need to calm down or who are angry or upset or have really big emotions. And if you have coping skills, strategies, and different items, such as putty or things like that, which I'm gonna show you some examples that you can buy at Five Below. So I wouldn't recommend slime, but they do have Play-Doh that you can use. Play-Doh is really good because it encourages play and it also encourages creativity. These flower bead kits are also really good for a project, so you can get you some string and have your students make bracelets or things. It's never a bad idea to have coloring books in your office, so when students or even adults come in and they just need to take a couple moments to color. So here's some options that you can get that are inexpensive at Five Below for coloring books with different characters. So now I'm here in the craft section of Five Below. A lot of these kits you can use for your individual sessions, but you can also use them for small groups. So I'm gonna show you some of the craft kits and games that you can use for your sessions. So here's some more games. They've got some sticker things that you can use. In this section, there's a lot of squishies and different fidgets that you can use for your office. Like these are awesome. They're like stress balls. Fortune fidgets. Another split ball. Pudgy, yeah, these are really cool. I really like the feel of these. These little sushi pack. I have a couple of these nucleus balls in my office. These are really good and the kids really enjoy them. Slinky, I hadn't seen one of these in a really long time, but this is a really good fidget toy to have to add to your collection. You want to make your space comfortable and welcoming, so here's some lighting options that you can have. They got little lamps and LED lights. Kids love those. And it sets the mood for your office, depending on what color scheme you want to work in. Like these are really good, these hanging shelves. They have a little light under them. If you can use one of these, I would highly recommend a diffuser because you can have essential oils, which is great for calming down and coping skills. Lots of plushies. I recommend having these at any grade level because students will come in and they feel comfortable with these. Five Below also has some options for comfortable seating. I don't know if I would recommend it. Sometimes you might want to spend a couple extra dollars and get something better, but they do have some things that you can sit on, inflatables for students. Five Below is also a really good place to build up your hygiene closet. It's a really good idea to have these items available in case students need them if they have hygiene concerns. If you work in an elementary school, these little stools might be a really good idea. Those are a colorful addition to your office as far as decoration. And then I would highly encourage you to check out the dollar section when you come in, because you might be able to find some stuff here that's inexpensive. So now I'm gonna head to one of my other favorite stores for inexpensive things, and that's Ross. You can get some really good items for your office and decor and all those things in Ross. So let's go see what they have. Ross has some really nice items for like decorating the bookshelf or your desk. The only thing is I would suggest staying away from anything that's glass, because students will sometimes pick things up or break them, and you don't want any liabilities. Depending on your color scheme, you can find some good wall art from Ross too. So when you go to stores like Ross, sometimes it's hit and miss, and so I didn't really see a lot in that location, but you can check out some other locations and sometimes find better selection of materials and things. So now I'm gonna head to one of my other favorite stores, and that's Burlington. Again, inexpensive, and you can find lots of things there. Decorate your office and things like that. Burlington is always a good place to find some inexpensive wall art too, depending on your color scheme, of course. But they've got plenty of options and it's inexpensive, compared to most places anyway. That's some more decor for your bookshelves or your office. It's pretty. Walmart has actually stepped their game up, so they have some really nice decorative items for your office. You might want to check those out for some pretty good prices. They've even got a really good selection of pillows for your comfortable seating. So here in the background, this is what I mean when I say the decorative items for if you have like a bookshelf or a really nice desk or something in your office that you need to decorate some space. Here's some items that you can use. And check out the clearance section anytime that you can. Walmart also has some of these different lights that you can have, like LED. Like this one's really cool. I would actually buy this for my desk. Or you can buy a cute little lamp for your desk. Here's some kinetic sand, which is a really good idea for your office for a coping skill. It's messy though, but it's cool. Walmart's also a really good place to get other fidget items for a calm down corner. And these are some pretty good prices too, actually, $2. These are really good prices. Walmart also has some really good kits if you want to buy a kit. If you're a school counselor on the go, I would recommend getting a really nice clipboard so that you can take it with you in case you need it, because you'll be stopped in the hallway lots of times, and sometimes you'll be handed papers or different things, and you can put that on your clipboard. Or if you want to take notes and pop in a classroom and observe a student, you can do that when you have your clipboard or a planner. Stickers are always a good thing to get for any grade level, because trust me, even high school students love stickers. Most times right now is a really good time to buy a planner, so you can buy a really decent planner at Walmart. I like these, the happy planners, and the different ones that you can actually put pages in it. Not this one specifically, but this is an example of one. So remember how I told you you need to have some coloring books? You also need to get some crayons or some markers. Check with your school to see if you have a budget for some art supplies, because you may be able to avoid buying things like markers and crayons. Your school may have these in excess, but check anyways. You will need them. If you can, I would also say get some plugins for your office to enhance the smell. I would suggest getting these from Sam's because you can get them in bulk, but if you can get some of these little mini water bottles in case students come in, This would be a really good treat for them. And I always find it helpful to give students a water bottle when they're stressed out or they come into your office or they're having like panic attacks or things like that. Water can help them. So if you can, get you some water bottles for your office. And this might get expensive, but if you can, get some variety pack of chips. This may also be something you need to check with your school if you have a budget for. I have snacks in my office when students come in too. If you can't get snacks, at least go to your cafeteria. Sometimes you can start collecting these cereal things for when students come in and they need breakfast in the morning. Also use cereal for in the morning when we have new enrollees. Sometimes they come to school and they don't even eat breakfast, and so when I'm making their schedule and introduce myself, I offer them some breakfast. Again, most times you can get these from the cafeteria. A lot of kids throw them away when they don't want them anyway, so I just collect them and keep them in my office just in case. That's a pro tip. And then if you can, again, get some of these snack bars. You can go to Sam's, you can get a much better deal unless you get the great value variety or you can get a big box of them. But again, these are for breakfast when students come in, or you can get Pop-Tarts or something like that. All right, one last stop for today. I may end up going to some other places tomorrow, but I'm gonna take you to one of my other favorite stores, especially as a creative person. You will see when you walk in, there's so much color and so much life in this place. You will see. As you'll be able to see, Pop Shelf is actually a really good place to get some home and office decor too. So if you're looking at like sprucing up your office at home or even at school, come here. They have some really good things and they're pretty inexpensive. Here are some options for storage for you. I love this gold color, it's really nice, or mustard really. I've got some wall art that you can use to decorate your office if you want to make like a gallery wall. Actually, I would also suggest getting some speakers, some inexpensive Bluetooth speakers for your office. That way, if you want to play some calming music whenever students come in. Pop Shelf is also another good place if you want to buy some inexpensive games for your office. They've got lots of different options, like charades. They've also got puzzles. I would also suggest you get like a little candy jar for your office. You can have things like little mints or Jolly Ranchers or even Starburst. And you can find these at Sam's, or sometimes you can get a small bag at places like this. Here's some other inexpensive options for lighting, especially like for a bulletin board if you can have them, or neon lights. Pop Shelf also has some really nice stationery items. Like here's this clipboard / notebook, $5, it's not bad. I bought one of these little planners. I keep this on my desk, and again, it's just a little bitty planner. If you're somebody who likes making to-do lists, and I've got lots of markers and different stationery and lots of different colors. Desk decor like files, folders, trays. And here are the different planner options that they have. You can buy one of these if you don't want to spend too much money on a planner. They have notebooks mixed in here too. My kids actually really love these miniature Uno cards. They play these in a rival duty when they're waiting for to get dismissed to their classes. So another thing that I would highly suggest you getting is some Clorox wipes or some products to clean your office. Febreze if you want to. Air freshener is always a good idea. But these are good things to have in your office. If you got value from this video, be sure to like it. It's an easy way to show my channel some support. And after watching this video, if you want to find some low-cost items to decorate your office, check out this video on the screen. And let me know what you think in the comments below.